joke.
I get it!
Alright, ready whenever you are.
But wait, that red light's on.
Yeah,
We'll just crop it.
go for it.
On the day I got engaged, I got a ring, 11 stitches, and a really awesome scar. It was May 10th, 2010, and my boyfriend at the time had taken me up this beautiful mountain in Arizona and gave me this really pretty ring. And after I said yes, he took me back down the mountain and we decided to go on a celebratory motorcycle ride. But to make a short story even shorter, he dropped the motorcycle on my foot, and that was kind of the beginning of a blissful new chapter in my life. I'm Margaret. I grew up in Cleveland, Tennessee. I lived in the same neighborhood my whole life. I had a pretty normal childhood. I even had 2 older brothers who liked to give me a hard time, even telling me that I was adopted from a family of rats. But thankfully I was old enough to know that they were lying. But I loved being outside and playing with Barbies and dress up. But once I reached high school, things were kind of different. I was in the marching band and I played the flute. And my senior year of high school, I was the drum major for my band. My band director had approached me and told me he thought I would be a good leader for our band. And I kind of laughed because that was so outrageous, and I just got nervous thinking about it because I'm not very outgoing. But I did build up the courage to do it, and I got the part. And so I spent that whole summer practicing because I wanted to be a decent band director. And by the end of the season, it turns out I wasn't the best that my band had ever had, but I was actually pretty good. And that kind of gave me the courage to try new things and be more outgoing, and that's definitely the most courageous I've been so far. And after high school, I went to Lee University. I wasn't too excited about that either, but I knew it was something I needed to do. And about my sophomore year of college, my friend Michelle told me that I needed to meet her cousin, who is a Marine stationed at Camp Lejeune. Well, 6 months later, we got married, but it wasn't all unicorns and jelly beans because 3 months after that, he deployed to Afghanistan, and it's been definitely the hardest time that we've ever been through so far, but we knew it was God's will for us, and it would be for our good. And thankfully, 7 months later, he came home, and just in time for our 1-year anniversary. And he moved me all the way to a little town in Sneedsbury, North Carolina, where I didn't know anybody. But I'm aspiring to be a pretty good housewife. And I know these events have given me more trust and faith in God than I've ever had in my whole life. And they've given me proof that I can actually be courageous during the hard times. Thank you.